In the mid-1800s, America was growing rapidly, and the idea of manifest destiny was sweeping the nation. The belief of this idea was that the United States was destined to stretch from the Atlantic to the Pacific Ocean. But not everyone agreed with this expansion, especially one of America's neighbors, Mexico. Why did the Mexican-American War start? The seeds of the war were planted years earlier. In 1836, Texas, then part of Mexico, rebelled and won its independence. For almost a decade, Texas was its own country, the Republic of Texas. But in 1845, the United States annexed Texas and made it the 28th state. Mexico wasn't happy. They never officially recognized Texas independence, and to them, this was viewed as a direct act of aggression and land theft. Tension escalated further due to a border dispute. After Texas was annexed, the U.S. and Mexico disagreed about where the southern border of Texas lay. The United States claimed the border was the Rio Grande River. Mexico insisted the border was the Nueces River, farther north. This disputed area, between the Nueces and the Rio Grande, became a flashpoint. Both nations sent troops into the region. Before war broke out, the United States attempted to buy land from Mexico. In 1845, President James K. Polk sent diplomat John Slidell to offer $25 million for California and New Mexico and to settle the Texas border dispute in favor of the U.S. However, Mexico, still angered by the annexation of Texas and dealing with internal instability, refused to negotiate or meet with Slidell. This rejection escalated tensions and brought both nations closer to conflict. With these tensions brewing, President James K. Polk, who believed strongly in manifest destiny, was determined to obtain these lands in the West. Thus, when Mexico refused to sell, war became inevitable. In April 1846, President Polk purposely sent and stationed U.S. troops under General Zachary Taylor into the disputed territory near the Rio Grande. By sending troops into this disputed area, Polk hoped to provoke a response from Mexico, which he could use as justification for war to acquire more territory. And as suspected, the Mexican forces attacked a U.S. patrol. President Polk used this skirmish to declare that American blood has been shed on American soil. Congress then declared war on Mexico. The war was fought across Texas, Mexico, and the Southwest. American forces had the advantage of being better trained and better equipped. Starting in Texas after the initial clashes near the Rio Grande, in the first battle of the war, the Battle of Palo Alto, American troops under General Zachary Taylor defeated Mexican forces. Other victories followed. In most battles, the U.S. troops overwhelmed the Mexican military and steadily drove them southward. As the war continued, American forces launched further offensives deeper into Mexico. General Winfield Scott led a campaign that began with the amphibious landing at Veracruz, Mexico, in March 1847. From there, Scott's forces marched inland, defeating Mexican forces and advancing southward toward Mexico's capital. After a series of battles, U.S. troops captured Mexico City in September 1847, effectively ending the war. After nearly 2 years of fighting, Mexico had no choice but to negotiate peace. The war officially ended with the signing of the Treaty of Guadalupe, Hidalgo on February 2, 1848. The terms were harsh for Mexico. Mexico gave up half of its territory, including present-day California, Arizona, New Mexico, Nevada, Utah, and parts of Colorado and Wyoming. The U.S. paid Mexico $15 million, about $500 million today, for the land. This land acquisition, known as the Mexican Cession, completed America's expansion to the Pacific Ocean. The United States had achieved manifest destiny, but at a cost. Though the U.S. gained massive amounts of land, this new territory reignited debates over slavery. Would these new states be free or have slavery? This debate would fuel tensions and contribute to the cause of the Civil War.